Today I have yet another scam for you to be aware of when you're out and about, particularly if you drive nice cars and you wear nice watches, because this is something that you really might not expect, but apparently has been happening lots and lots of times. So welcome back, I'm the BlackBeltBarrister, warning you about scam after scam that I hear about so that you don't fall for it. So the Times reports that many women across the UK, none of whom have been traced, have struck dozens and dozens of times, particularly in the home counties and the southwest, to steal people's watches straight off their wrist without them even realizing it. Most of us have seen a magic show of some sort or another where the magician somehow manages to get a watch off somebody's wrist without them even noticing. But this skill is apparently being learnt now by thieves and con artists, and if it happens out in the street or in a car park, you may not even be aware of it because you're certainly not expecting it or looking out for it. As reported in the Times, one such man fell prey to this and lost his £7,500 Rolex when this happened. So I'm going to explain how this is happening so that you can avoid it in future. What seems to be happening is that these women are reportedly approaching men in car parks, be that of supermarkets or golf clubs, particularly if they have nice cars, asking them to sign some kind of petition or some other kind of fundraising, using the board as some kind of distraction, pointing at the board and gesturing to the men. Some of them pay attention, some of them don't. In this one case, the man turned and walked away, but the lady grabbed his wrist as though to pull him back to continue explaining. After a short exchange, he was back on his way, but without realizing that in that short exchange, she'd managed somehow to take his Rolex off his wrist, never to be seen again. Any of you that think you would notice this either with your wristwatch or a pickpocket, whether that's on the outside pocket, rear pocket, inside pocket, or wherever, please do think again, because these are experts, and if they are anywhere near you, you have to be absolutely vigilant as to whether there is any contact whatsoever, because even the briefest contact with you, your clothes, or particularly your wrist in the case of this story, might result in you losing your wallet, your watch, your phone, or something else. I can speak from experience, although this one was abroad and a lot more serious. I was literally punched in the back of the head as my distraction so that the guy could try to get my wallet. But because of my martial art training, that didn't faze me, and I turned around to square up to the guy, and long story short, after I detained him, he was taken away by the police. And as I tell you this story, I'm reminded of another story from another case many years ago, where a lady had her car stolen from a young teenager. He came up to her car after she'd returned her trolley on the supermarket car park and went to take her keys off her to get in the vehicle. She started screaming at him, but he just said, "Mum, please shut up and get back in the car, I'm driving." And because of that, everybody around apparently thought that it was mother and son arguing about who was driving the car. He forced her into the car, and he got in the car and drove away. As it turns out, he dumped her and the car half a mile or so up the road, and the whole thing was just because he didn't want to walk back to where he was going. So as ridiculous as that might sound, please do be vigilant about these kind of things. Make sure you subscribe to receive further videos of these kind of warnings, and as always, thank you for watching.